Welcome back to Respoiled. Today, I have another captivating story to share with you. But before we dive in, if you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications, so you'll never miss out on all of my latest uploads. Now let's get started. On an ordinary day at a Los Angeles metro station, agents Parker and Donovan stand out in their unusual uniforms. Upon their arrival, they are greeted by a holographic head statue warning of a nearby murderer. As they hunt for their suspect, the agents observe glitches in their environment and a smiley face displayed on a Japanese restaurant. Rushing inside, they confront Sid, who promptly returns fire, plunging the restaurant into chaos. In the midst of the mayhem, Sid incapacitates Donovan and flees with him. Despite Parker's search efforts, Sid, disguised as a cook, ambushes him, injuring Parker's arm with gunfire. Taking cover until the gunfire subsides, Parker retaliates, hitting Sid in the shoulder, causing him to flee. Later, Parker discovers Donovan injured and trapped in an ice tray, emanating electricity. Sid suddenly reappears, assaulting Parker and exploiting his wound, causing him to glitch and vanish against a pillar. Donovan's body vanishes as Sid instantly heals his own wound, revealing the simulation's nature. Parker and Donovan, shaken and in pain, are swiftly disconnected by scientists from their seats. Though Parker seems unaffected, Donovan succumbs to the side effects and dies. The developers reprimand Daryl for the simulation's lack of a fail-safe, but he claims someone tampered with his software. Parker, now handcuffed, faces a return to prison. The simulation uses convicts as test subjects, offering reduced sentences for participation. Parker, a former cop serving time for past killings, informs Police Chief Billy of Sid's cheating, citing unauthorized electrocution. Despite Parker's attempt to investigate further, Daryl prevents him and a scuffle almost erupts before guards intervene. Upon Parker's return to prison, security scans and scrutinizes his mechanical arm. They open a different door, and now Parker is surrounded by prisoners in their cells who insult him for being a cop. A convict accuses Parker of getting Donovan killed before attacking him with a knife. Initially evenly matched, Parker soon overpowers him and kills him swiftly. Cops intervene, beating Parker to drag him away. Meanwhile, Daryl discusses with Sid, who altered the program to kill Donovan, risking shutdown by higher-ups. Sid admits to enjoying real killing and refuses shutdown, devising a plan with Daryl. The next day, psychologist Madison evaluates Parker. He claims the kill was self-defense and explains he found Sid using a clue from the programmer. Madison also discusses Grimes, who killed Parker's family and took his arm. Parker vows never to kill in revenge again, as his family is already dead. In the simulation room, technician Clyde enjoys Sheila, an AI akin to Sid for adult entertainment. Daryl interrupts, proposing a merger of Clyde's nanotech android tech with Daryl's AI to bring Sheila to life. Clyde agrees, setting up while Sid appears on screen to interact with Sheila. Daryl integrates Sid's module into Sheila's box and joins Clyde. Clyde startles Daryl with a nanotech snake, which they observe regenerating after cutting it. Clyde puts Sid's module into a blue liquid, mistaking it for Sheila's. The liquid produces an egg, hatching Sid, who promptly kills Clyde. Terrified, Daryl flees as Sid tests his regenerated body. Despite cutting his finger, it swiftly heals aided by glass. Security footage alerts the police, prompting Billy to propose Parker as the best chance to apprehend Sid. In exchange for his freedom, Parker agrees to be microchipped for tracking. Reluctantly, Parker accepts his badge and gun back, accompanied by Madison. Meanwhile, Sid murders a family, taking new attire and a gun. Parker and Madison arrive at the crime scene, discovering the gun missing. Madison recognizes the scene's resemblance to past murders, realizing Sid is mimicking notorious crimes. Investigating the lab, they find Sid's programming, including traits from infamous figures, souring Parker's mood. In the evening, Sid visits a club where screens use crowd faces, delighting in his own image. After flirting with a dancer, Sid shoots a basic robot bartender in frustration. He then forces everyone to the ground, executing those who flee. Sid enlists a woman to film him as he inflicts pain to capture screams for a disturbing symphony. Meanwhile, Parker accompanies Madison to her home to check on her daughter, Karen. While Parker babysits, Madison learns from Billy that Grimes targeted Parker's family due to his investigative activities. Upon hearing of Sid's hostage situation, Parker and Madison rush to the club. Hindered by a crash, Parker abandons the car and proceeds on foot. The cops intervene, but Sid swiftly eliminates them. Parker joins the fray, shooting at Sid relentlessly, yet Sid remains unfazed, leaping over Parker to flee in an elevator. Outside, Sid commandeers a police car, with Parker leaping onto the hood in pursuit. Despite Parker's efforts, Sid's speed throws him off, and his shots miss their mark. Madison rescues Parker, and they pursue Sid, who self-heals by consuming broken glass. Sid mocks them via radio, wreaking havoc on the road. When confronted with a blockade, Sid crashes through, daring Parker to follow. Despite Parker's pursuit, Sid evades capture by leaping off a bridge. The following day, Parker briefs Billy on the club footage, indicating Sid's propensity for larger events akin to Grimes. Despite resistance from superiors, Madison asserts that Sid's evolution extends beyond the simulation's confines. In the bustling marketplace, Sid flaunts his new attire, hijacking news broadcasts in an electronics store. Defying a patron's attempt to switch channels, Sid resorts to violence, attracting the attention of a nearby cameraman. Noticing the previous channel, Sid formulates a plan. Though Sid eludes Madison and Parker upon their arrival, they review the recording. Parker discerns Sid's likely destination, a wrestling match, promising a substantial live audience. In the control room, the crew lies slain as Sid blends into the boisterous crowd, attempting to charm a woman, triggering a scuffle with her partner. Subduing the man effortlessly, Sid draws attention but passes it off as part of the spectacle. Seizing the woman, he calls out Parker's name for the cameras, but his theatrics are interrupted by a guard's bullet that costs him a hand. After incapacitating the guard, Sid leaps into the ring, relishing the adulation. As Parker arrives, Sid flees, sparking a pursuit. Sid reaches the train station, regenerating his hand against a window, using a woman as a shield as Parker approaches. Parker shoots, but the hostage falls lifeless, revealing a surprise. Madison examines the body, confirming the fatal shot came from behind, exonerating Parker. Billy dismisses her claim. In the police van en route to prison, Parker reminisces about the tragic day he lost his family. During a TV interview with Grimes, Parker infiltrated their hideout, only to inadvertently set off a bomb while attempting to rescue his loved ones. Consumed by rage, Parker sought revenge, inadvertently killing innocent bystanders. In the present, the van halts abruptly, revealing Sid, who discloses the truth about the microchip's lethal capabilities. After taunting Parker, Sid relinquishes the handcuff keys before vanishing. Freed, Parker arms himself with the driver's gun and flees. As Billy learns of Parker's escape and the driver's death, Parker assures Madison of his innocence and vows to reunite with his family. Madison informs Billy about Parker's innocence in the train incident, and reveals the truth about the microchip. Enraged, Billy destroys the system before the toxin can be activated. Meanwhile, Madison tracks down Parker at his family's grave, where they discuss Sid's plans. They realize he will target a major public event next. As protesters gather outside a TV studio during a crucial live interview on immigration laws, Sid infiltrates and broadcasts a chilling message dubbed, Death TV. Holding the staff hostage, he announces his intention to target Karen, Madison's daughter. Parker and Madison rush to the studio, where Madison grapples with the anguish of her daughter's plight while Parker vows to save her. As the police arrive, they fire at Parker, still believing him guilty. However, Parker evades the bullets and escapes in the elevator. Meanwhile, Daryl emerges and watches the chaos, prompting Madison to disarm him. Sid taunts the camera, but the feed abruptly cuts. Parker reappears, firing at Sid, who flees through the ceiling. Pursuing him upstairs, Parker faces gunfire from a police helicopter, but Billy intervenes, allowing Parker to continue. Despite sustaining multiple gunshot wounds, Sid persists. On the rooftop, they engage in a fierce brawl, culminating in a risky leap and a dramatic fall. Fortunately, Parker seizes a wire, rescuing both himself and Sid as they crash back into the building through a window. Sid is impaled on glass shards, losing limbs, but he uses the glass to heal. Parker struggles, then disables Sid by removing his module. However, Daryl warns that destroying it will endanger Karen. In a shocking turn, Sid throws Parker off the roof, seemingly killing him. Madison attempts to shoot Sid, who captures her. Parker unexpectedly survives as they are in a simulation. Sid, unaware, flirts with Madison and reveals Karen's location. Parker intervenes, but Daryl kills Billy before Parker can be freed. Now trapped in the simulation, Parker suffers sensory overload as Sid manipulates the scenario. Madison awakens and shoots Daryl, freeing Parker before he's permanently harmed. Parker disables the simulation and announces their mission to save Karen. After knocking out a higher-up, they return to the studio roof. Parker suspects booby traps and safely reaches Karen, finding her on a press switch connected to a bomb. Parker cleverly stalls the timer by looping it with a cable from his arm. They wait for the bomb squad, who quickly arrives and defuses the bomb. Karen reunites with Madison, while Parker tosses Sid's module off the roof, destroying it as a passing car crushes it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and enable notifications for more content like this. Thank you for watching.